What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get 100% expiration in Wuthering Waves. And so, as you can see here, I've gotten 100% expiration in pretty much everywhere minus these bottom two. And I have a couple of tips and tricks that might help you also get 100% expiration if that's what you're aiming for. And so when I looked this up, I only really found one other video that addressed this, but I feel like I have some more tips and tricks that might be useful. And so the first thing I want to address is what tools I use, and that is I use the loop mapper. And if you're wondering how to get it, you just have to get level 1 in the Pioneer Association over here, and then you will unlock the loop mapper. And I also use 2 different interactive maps, and I'll have both of them linked in the description. One of the interactive maps is for the bobflies, sonance caskets, and the viewpoints, and then the other interactive map is solely for the treasures. And so one thing I also want to address is this here on the bottom right. And this is useful because, one, it shows you where you are, right? And also, if you click this little compass to the left, it'll break down what exactly you're missing when it comes to getting 100% expiration. And so if you go down here to the area that I haven't fully explored, you can see here I have 100% for sonance caskets, so I can completely ignore that. And then I have 66%, 20%, 50% for this. And one more thing I want to address is, me personally, this is my personal preference, but I would start with getting all the viewpoints, then moving on to the bobflies, then the sonance caskets, and then I would tackle the supply chests last because those are the most. Alright. And so now I'm going to jump to the interactive maps to show you how to maneuver around them. So for the first interactive map, this will help you find the sonance caskets, bobflies, and the viewpoints. And so this is also made by IGN, so props to IGN. And so on the left here, you can see right now by default it'll show you pretty much everything, but you can hide the things that you don't want to see. And so to start, hide everything but the collectibles here, and also you can leave this unhidden as well. So just hide everything, and that'll make the map much more viewable. And then just zoom in on what area you want to 100% explore first, and then you can see the chest corresponds to the sonance caskets, and the skull icon corresponds to the bobflies. And then, so those are the bobflies and sonance caskets. And then for the viewpoints, you can hide the collectibles, and then you can unhide the others right here on the very bottom. And then some of them are viewpoints. And so that's something that you have to actually click on the marker to see if it's a viewpoint or not. And some of these are the NPCs and not viewpoints. So you have to be, I guess, careful, right? So you can see the example here. This says viewpoint, and then that's the viewpoint. And so from here on out, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just cross-reference your map, or cross-reference your game, use this map, and then you'll have 100% expiration in the sonance caskets, bobflies, and the viewpoints. The second interactive map I use is for the supply chests, and there's a reason why I like this interactive map over the IGN one, and that is when you click the chest on the minimap, it'll actually show you a picture of where the chest is, and also some of them have a description of what you do to get said chest, right? It also shows you the butterflies as well as all of these, the title heritages. It also shows you the rocks, the fragile rocks that you can break to get chests sometimes. It also shows you these, whatever that's called, where you have to pick up this with your levitator tool and then throw it at a rock to break it. And those also sometimes has chests, right? And so that's why I use this one over the IGN one, because it gives you a more detailed picture as to what you do to get the chest, right? And this is very useful because the loot mapper itself doesn't actually pick up on every chest, like I said earlier. It only picks up on the visible chests. And so if I can find an example, like this one right here, the chest you get from like a running challenge or a shooting challenge or one of those tower things, if I can find one, those aren't picked up by the loot mapper. Obviously this is very, very chaotic, right? Especially I found that the central plains was the most time consuming, because you can see the central plain spans all of this area, and so it's a lot of chests and whatnot, right? But my process, or my way of going about it, is breaking it down into sections, and then that'll make it easier to complete, right? So for example, maybe I'll start from top down, right? So I'll check, okay, do I have these two? Do I have these, or whatever, right? So breaking it by chunk will make it easier to complete it overall. So now I'm going to spend some time to 100% the last two areas that I'm missing. And just like that, I 100% explored the entirety of Wuthering Waves. And honestly, it didn't take too long. But it was well worth it. And so my strategy behind doing this is to do 1 or 2 areas a day. And then by week, you'll have 100% explored everything. And just as a heads up for the future, I have not pulled a single time on GNs or, oops, I was gonna pull up the pity. I didn't pull a single time on Jian or Yinlin's banner, and I'm actually saving up for the very soon and upcoming 5-star that everyone's probably hyped about, and you could probably tell, or hold on, you can tell by how much echoes I've pre-farmed for this specific element in preparation. And so when she comes out, I'm going to be making a video on pulling for her and her weapon. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.